Hey guys, ladies and gents, this is my 2-year anniversary. I'm a little late. December 13th was my actual date that I started T. It was on my birthday, my 50th birthday, so I am now 52. And I just did a video on the latest. I had surgery. My stomach is actually starting to go down finally. I was really swollen, but I didn't have a lot of pain, and that was really good. So where I am physically at the 2-year mark, I'm a lot stronger. My muscles, my calves are really hard. I have not been healthy this last year to do any really workouts. It seemed like during the valley fever, when I was down with that fungus infection, when I started feeling better, I started doing the push-ups off of the countertops. And I talked about how people with disabilities can modify their exercises. So I was starting to go into that, and then I started having headaches every day, almost at the verge of migraines every day. And that lasted a couple months. And it seemed like just when I started getting over that, then I had surgery. So I will say that from October of 2012 through probably this month, it's not that I'm unhealthy, I've just had some things happen that was out of my control. And so I've got to bounce back and get going again. But I know from the way my body feels that once I start getting to the gym on a regular basis, or even working out here at home, my muscles will harden and enlarge, and I will look pretty good. I'm hoping my goal for this next year is to take it one day at a time, like I always say, but to take each day and prioritize it to what is going to make my quality of life better. And the number one thing for me is my body image. Now, testosterone's helped it. I've gotten the fat off my butt, and the hips are still poochy, as I call it, but they're getting there. All the fat has gone to my gut, and that's kind of hard to deal with. A lot of my friends say, well, you're in your 50s, and that's usually how guys look in their 50s. And I said, yes, but I'm not a guy who is 50. I'm a guy who's in his teens, and I want to try to get as close to feeling good. Now, I'm very realistic. I am not going to be the 20-year-old or the 25-year-old or the 30 or even the 35-year-old. But I am going to be trimming the fat off my body and get to where I feel comfortable and I feel good about my body. So that being said, now let me tell you, it doesn't mean I don't dream. I don't dream about being those 20, 25, 30-year-old guys, because, you know, us female to males, one of the things that we've had to deal with, if you're as old as I am, and even if you're not, but, you know, dealt with for years is what I'm talking about, and it goes into decades, is that you feel cheated because you could have looked like them. You wanted to look like them. I was pretty fit up until I got sick with my thyroid until I was about 35. I had less than 20% body fat, and I was a very strong female body person. But it doesn't mean that I didn't envy those guys. I am very attracted to guys who are fit, and I don't mean the extreme. I'm just guys who are toned, they're fit, they take care of themselves, and it's not a sexual attraction, it's an envious attraction. But I admire guys who take care of themselves. And women also, but women take care of themselves in a much different way. It's not always a healthy way, and I just hate the way society makes women feel that they have to be this post in order to, you know, look good, and it's just sad, but I won't go into that. So anyway, this is my next year's goal, is to just work on trimming the fat slowly to my ability. I am disabled, for those who have not watched me before. I am medically retired, and so I cannot stand on my feet for very long without my pain exceeding the 10 mark. So you'll see me move a lot in my videos, and that's just me shifting my weight off my feet. So anyway, now the next thing that I'm going to talk about is how, and I've said this in my previous videos, when I was sick with the cocci fungus, they put me on a high milligram of this medication, and it caused me to lose all my body hair. I mean, I was bald, and the thinning of my hair, my head hair. Now, since the end of September, I believe it was, when I went off the medication, within the 2 weeks, my hair started growing ridiculous. And I loved it, and I was happy. And my infectious disease doctor said, I told you it would grow back. I'm so happy for you. And it was just, I said, it's a big thing for a lot of FTMs. And I think the majority, because it masculinizes us. And that's what we relate to, is hair. And so, as you can see, I don't really know if you can see, but the hair is going clear over here now, and right here. So I've only got this one little strip here that doesn't have hair now. So, yeah, that's pretty gnarly. My legs have been the last to really start getting hairy, and the doctor said, because that's the furthest away from the heart. So I said, oh, sounds good, I'll take it. But now they're starting to get thick again and get hairy, and I like that. My chest is hairy, getting hairy. It's not a fur ball, but it is getting hairy, and my stomach is getting hairy. However, they shaved me from here down. So it's coming in now, but it still looks bald. My head hair is starting to grow back in. My hairdresser did tell me she could see new growth through the head, and that's good. I have not had too many problems with being red as male anymore. It's just a natural thing, and I think all of us guys, when we get past that year mark and we start blending into society, that's why the videos seem further apart, because you don't have something to rant on, or you don't have something that you dealt with. My hospital experience, the whole reason why I did the video on the surgery I just had, because the hospital experience was just fantastic. I was so nervous because, I haven't had bottom surgery, and they don't have a gender marker that says T, like transgender, relates, which is okay, but they just didn't have any markers. So they were told ahead of time. My doctor's office was very professional, and they were very professional when I got there. Nurses that came into me were that weren't my regular nurses. They didn't know any different. So it was really just a good experience. Tony made a comment to our support group that she can't believe how differently we are treated when we go places. They always want to direct their questions towards me. Tony treated me to the Outback for my birthday Friday night, and she handed me the ticket, and I handed it to Tony. And then when she brought it back to me, and I handed it to Tony. And it was kind of funny. We had some issues when we ordered our kitchen cabinets at Lowe's, so I had to go there personally, or we went there personally. And had this happened prior to transition, the manager would have came up and started arguing, and when he came up, he didn't argue at all. He just said, did we resolve it, sir, and da-da-da-da. And I said, no. And so he handled it, but Tony just says, we would have had a lot more issues feedback by him in a negative way had you not transitioned. And I said, yeah, I see the difference in how we're treated, and it is sad. And for Tony, it's really sad. Well, for me too, because I'm still a brother to the LGBT community. I mean, I haven't changed my not judgments, but my values on equality for each human being. So I don't like the way women are treated. I'm very pro-woman. I hope that Hillary runs for president. You know, may get some feedback by that. But you know what? So be it. I just think that women should be treated. And the sad thing is that if you're not going through something like this, women don't realize that they are treated as bad as they are. And the word bad is, I don't even know if that's the proper word, but they're treated like a second-class citizen. And that saddens me. And Tony has realized it now that we're together, going out there since I transitioned. And before, when we'd go to restaurants, we'd get some really dirty looks, especially from the older people. And Tony would stare back to the fact, Tony's got some devilish looks when she wants to give them. And I just tell her, ease up, yes, I'm uncomfortable, but what can they change? Well, they can change their attitude, but what can they change about us? Nothing. So we are who we are. Emotionally, so I'm feeling pretty good, I'm happy. I like what I see. My family's really good. They still get the pronouns once in a while wrong when they're talking real fast and not thinking. And my mom catches herself a lot of times, but the name is always correct. And I was talking to my sister in Texas, in fact, when she called me on my birthday, and she was going on about some, if I was out there, I could help her with her issue on her carpet, and she wished that she could send me a plane ticket and go out there, and she was referencing me as a gender, and she would say she, and I just let it go because we don't ever really talk on the phone, and she's not around me to really see the changes and have that in the forefront of her mind. So like I said, guys, in many of my videos, don't get so caught up with family and friends if they're trying, because it's just going to take time. Just because you can roll right into this transition because this is who you are, have always been, doesn't make it easy for the people around us. I tell them all the time when they say, I'm sorry, it's okay, I understand, at least you're trying. If I had a family member that didn't try at all, my time with that person would be limited. If they ever ask, I say, because you choose not to accept who I am, so I choose not to be around you to hear the words that hurt me the most. So that's how I handle things. And just for food for thought, sit and think about, what is it worth you getting upset, your time, getting depressed. Make your life your priority. Everybody else adds to it. If it's a negative, then you know where to stay away from. If you're not passing out there in public, it will come. And some people don't pass. I know Chris just did a depressing video that he's not passing, and he's 2 years on T. Chris, your first year, I believe it was, on the gel, and the changes go really slow. I see a lot of changes in you now. Yes, you knew from the front that you were shorter than all the guys, so it's probably going to take those people a lot longer, and it's going to take you standing up for yourself and saying, I'm a he, when they ma'am you. You got to dig deep. It's hard. I don't like confrontation either. But I didn't trip. They ma'amed me a couple times last year before I started wearing my hair on my chin. And I just looked at Tony and go, really? Did she just call me a ma'am? And I let it be heard out loud. And she didn't gender me the rest of the time. So emotionally, I'm doing really good. I'm feeling the part. It's just natural. I'm who I am now 100%. My next mission, I think, might be to do bottom surgery, but it won't be until I can lose some weight and feel better about myself, because that has to do with a lot of the outcome. So that's my goal this next year, is to trim down some of this fat, just grow as a person, and just try to be the best person I can be. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you're struggling, just lift your chin up. Don't let things get you to where you hide from the world. Show them who you are, dig deep, and keep moving forward, one day at a time. Because you always want to make your journey as simple as possible. We'll see you later, guys. God bless.